giant corn dog. I spotted that really far away.
I know what you're talking about. Is that a giant corn dog? I'm like, what are you talking about? That's the Pronto Pup. That's probably from the original one there at Otis.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
I think that was like the original corn dog was the Pronto Pup. Started there.
Oh, fun.
I don't know. Look it up. Google it. Let me know.
Google it. Or Rockaway Beach, Oregon, heading north on the Oregon coast. Pretty foggy day today. We're just out for a drive. We did not stop and get a Pronto Pup. What's the difference? I'm going to have to Google. Or do you guys know what's the difference between a Pronto Pup and a corn dog? Maybe the batter. It has to do something with the batter, maybe. I don't know.
I always thought they were the same thing, but it was originally the Pronto Pup. Was the original corn dog.
I think they're different somehow.
We're just making stuff up now.
As usual. Okay, we pulled into Fort Stevens Campground. It's a state park in near Astoria, Warrenton, Astoria, Oregon area, and we secured a spot for the night. We just drove in and found one, and right now we're about 10 minutes from low tide, so we're headed out. Before we set up camp, there is a shipwreck out here.
It's an old shipwreck.
Yeah, Peter Iredale, I think. It looks like we go straight here.
Battery Russell shipwreck. We'll have to find some history here.
Yeah, we need to read about it. I got a little pamphlet on it. Now, I've known this was here, but I don't think I've ever seen it in my lifetime. So we picked up a pamphlet at the park headquarters. It just says Peter Iredale shipwreck protrudes from the sand near the southern beach access parking area. The English sailing ship ran aground during a storm in 1906. Yeah, let's check it out. I see it.
Like the Titanic.
Yeah. So the fact that that shipwreck is still there is pretty cool. And apparently when it ran aground, it instantly became a tourist attraction.
Huh.
Like people came the next day to see it. But I was reading more about it online. It was a 4-masted steel bark ship built in Maryport, England in 1890. And the shipping company was coming up from Salina Cruz, Mexico to Portland, where it was to pick up cargo of wheat for the United Kingdom. Despite encountering heavy fog, they managed to safely reach the mouth of the Columbia River early in the morning of October 25th. They were waiting for a pilot, basically, to bring an escort to bring them across the bar and into the...
It's confusing. I've taken a boat out from the Rose Festival in Portland up the river and out across to the bar back to my Coast Guard station in Newport. And it's a confusing large bar, and they have some crazy tides. I mean, it was...
Yes.
I mean, I remember going out, and the incoming tide was so powerful, we were doing like 2 knots.
And you were
It took
full.
hours to cross the bar. It was just brutal.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was brutal.
So,
my guess is where that shipwreck is just south of the bar. They
Well, that's what this says. They made it safely to the mouth, and they were waiting for the escort to bring them in, and the wind kicked up and the current, and it pushed them south.
The radar must have been down too.
I don't think they had that back then.
No, they did not.
The captain said a heavy southeast wind blew and a strong current prevailed. Before the vessel could be veered around, she was in the breakers, and all efforts to keep her off were unavailing. It ran aground so hard that 3 of her masts snapped from the impact. None of the crew were seriously injured, and they were all able to be rescued, which is incredible.
Hardy bunch back then.
Oh my gosh.
So now, since the campground is at Fort Stevens, which is an old military post.
Yeah.
From, I think it was built after the Civil War, like for the Spanish-American War.
Oh.
And so there's different parts of the military base around here. And right now, the one that I'm most interested in looking at is of all the different batteries where they had their guns. This battery Russell. Yeah,
I think so.
It's pretty historical significance here. It's seriously significant. It was June of 1942, when after Pearl Harbor's attack, they remanned this fort, and so they had people that were at these batteries, and I can imagine you're sleeping thinking they're not going to come here, or maybe you are, I don't know. But 1942, at 11 something at night, a Japanese sub comes up and starts firing artillery at Battery Russell, and I think they fired like, I think 9.
Yeah.
And they none hit the battery. They all missed, but there's like 5-foot craters.
Yeah.
And then of course the people arming the battery, they came back, and they don't know why they didn't return fire. It was either because the sub was either too far off, or they didn't want to give their exact position, whatever. We didn't return fire. Then the sub went down and disappeared. And apparently the people who lived in the town are a little bit freaked out. It seems like, well, okay, I guess they're going to be thinking they're going to be invaded here. It's kind of crazy.
And to this day, so this battery was constructed in 1904. But to this day, it is still the only U.S. mainland fort that's been attacked
since the War of 1812.
Since the War of 1812.
Yeah.
That still remains true.
But yeah, we're going to go down here and see when the Japanese attacked us here in Warrenton, Oregon.
Yeah, pretty wild.
So you're going to stay here and take a nap?
I think she's just fine.
Assume this is where one of the guns was.
Yeah, they said they had
all the guns are gone.
They could hide them though. They had a way where they were hidden and only came out when they were being used.
So this is a peace memorial, kind of dedicated to the people that were here, but also it says, and the crew of the Japanese submarine I-25 near this place on the night of June 21st, 1942. They faced each other when the Japanese submarine shelled Fort Stevens, making it the first foreign attack on a continental military installation since the War of 1812. So here's a picture of what the gun looked like.
May peace between our nations be everlasting.
What's this say?
May peace between our nations be everlasting.
That's what I thought. They spelled a little bit wrong, but super cool.
Yeah.
It's so weird to be alone here.
It is very weird. Okay, now let's hit the Columbia River at the mouth of Columbia where it hits the ocean. I want to go see that. It's about 5 miles away, I think.
5 miles?
Yeah, one way even. Can we do it? I don't know. They're doing construction out here. So. Well, we followed the trail. And it leads to here. I think we can't get there from here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Well, the river's somewhere over here and the ocean's somewhere over here.
So just use your imagination.
Yeah.
There's a different way.
Yeah, let's go out and look. I don't know. We still haven't found it. Let's try this wildlife viewing bunker. I have a feeling that's not what we're after. This is like an estuary off the Columbia River, no? Let me go out there further.
So.
Oh, what are those white birds over there, I wonder?
Why are we in a bunker?
I don't, it's a wildlife viewing bunker. And I did see wildlife, so. Okay, well that was a bit of a flop. It was still beautiful out there, but because of the construction they're doing. But they're gonna make it better than ever, probably. Let's go to camp and get a snack. I'm getting hungry. Snack, please.
I'm hungry.
Oh, she got you. She wiped her nose on you or something. Oh, that girl. Oh, there's elk over here. So cool to see elk like so near the beach.
Huh.
That was quite a big herd. Pre-dinner snacks in the works. Pistol already had her green beans. You already had your green beans. Yeah. So, tomorrow I think we'll meet you. We're going to try and do the, well, I mean, we're going to do it. If it's open, that's all I'm saying. The Astoria Tower. There's a tower in Astoria that oh, honey, it's okay. There's a tower in Astoria that goes, I don't know, 164 steps. Spiral staircase.
Oh.
And there's a visitor center right there. You could buy like a balsa wood plane and fling it off the top.
Fling it.
That's probably how I do it.
And fling some balsa.
Yeah. So meet us over there tomorrow and check it out. Oh, she's incoming. Do you need some more beans? Yeah? Okay. Good morning. Change of plans. We spent the night in the campground here at what's the
Fort Stevens State Park?
Fort Stevens State Park, yeah. At the very north end of Oregon on the coast. It's a busy campground. Very, very busy. Lots of sites and they're all full. Lots of kids, which is great. Just a lot of activity happening. We were going to go to the column today, the Astoria column. I think I called it the tower. We're going to hold off on that because it's peak hours right now and it's a weekend, so it's going to be packed. And actually, I think it's a spiral staircase inside the column. So if you have any idea you might be claustrophobic, it might not be for you because you're enclosed the whole way up till you get to the top. So I think I'd rather experience that with fewer people coming up and down.
Okay.
Just my thoughts.
Scaredy cat.
We are, though, going to close this video out and take you over the Astoria Bridge. This bridge joins Oregon and Washington on the coast. And at the time of its completion, it finished US 101. So it was the last link between the Canadian border and Mexican border, going up and down the coast.
4 miles long?
4.1 miles long, and it's the longest continuous 3-span through truss in the world.
Who'd have thought?
Whatever that means. It opened August 27th, 1966, and it was built to withstand the Pacific storm, so up to 150 miles per hour winds, and also 9 mile per hour current. Is that what I read?
They got a crazy current there.
Yeah, so it goes over the mouth of the Columbia. So we didn't get to see that when we went out to the very end of the park there. So we're going to take you over the Columbia River, and we'll just catch you on the other side. Carry on.
Carry on. Thanks for watching.
And a very special thank you to our patrons for supporting our channel. Join us over on Patreon for extra videos and more content. Check out our website or Amazon for our pistol book. Carry on.
Carry on.